Hello. Alright. So we are trying to figure out the second method of doing a truth table. Luckily for us, it's really just a matter of formatting. It's not too terribly difficult. So yeah, it's just formatting really. The basic method remains the same. So it's pretty easy. Alright, so first let's come up with a statement. So for example, no. Let's say Q. Okay. Alright, so that's what we've come up with. So as we see here, this is one connective, the negation, and this is two connectives, the conjunction. What we know is that instead of just writing out the statement as a single column, this statement is going to be divvied up into multiple columns, a column for each of the connectives. I will show you. Okay. Okie doke. So, as always, we start with our P's and we start with our Q's. T, T, F, F. Okay, so we've got that. But now the question becomes, what is so different about this? Well, as you can see here, there are two connectives, so each connective gets its own column. Okay, so P. So as we all know, the negation of P is just the negation of P. That's, when P is true, negation is false. P is false, negation is true. Alright, now, as we see here, we have one connective remaining, the conjunction. So what we do here is Alright, right here. So, now the question becomes, how do we solve this? And luckily for us, it's pretty easy. Okay, so how does this work? So we know P is false here, Q is true here. Conjunction false. I see a false right here. Conjunction false. I see a true right here, and also a true right here. That means it's true. I see a true right here, but a false right here. It is false. And that's how you do it. Yeah, let's do an example. So you see these rows right here? So basically what's different about this is, again, each connective gets its own column. It is not a single statement that is in the previous statements, this entire statement was implied in just this symbol. For example, it would be P, Q, we mark that off, as you can see, where he made its own column. And then it's just one big square. And it's P, and then Q. And then P, the negation of P, T, T, F, F, would be like the negation of P, as it was before. As it was, shoot. Okay, But the difference is you see that Q gets its own little spot here, but it doesn't here. We're just doing the statements. It's really you'll get the right answer either way, but it's good to know. Okie doke. Now, let's do something a bit harder. Let's say, you had okay. Alright, how do we figure this out? This looks pretty complicated, but luckily for us, it is still relatively easy. So what do we see here? We see 1, 2, 3, 4 connectives. So that means there are going to be 4 columns for whatever this may be. Okay, so as always, we start with our P's and our Q's. P and Q. Right here. Oh, right, and R. Almost forgot that. Okay, Q and R. Okay. I'm really running out of space here. I'm sorry. Okay. Here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. Turn it on. Okay. Alright. Alright. Alright, so as we all know, T, 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 F, 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 okay. Okay. F, F, okie doke. Q, T, T, F, F, T, T, F, F, T, F, T, F, T, F, T, F. Okay, so now we break this up. So as we know, parentheses are first. And also, as we know, this operation is a conjunction because as we can see, a negation and a conjunction are out of the parentheses. But negations come first when solving a problem. So that means that the conjunction is the operation. That is the main operation of the statements. Okie doke. Alright, so as we know, we do not have to put P in its own little column because we are just now doing the statements. Okay, so it's R. Okay, and then R, disjunction of P, right here. Okay. I'm sorry, this is taking a bit long. I'm just being very messy right now, but I hope you're learning. Okay, so, and then as we know, the negation comes next. Okay, do. Okay. And then the last one, the final answer. Do, and do. Okay, so let's figure this out. Now, first, let us make this a bit more legible by okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, so first up is the negation of R. It's pretty easy. It's just the negation. Alright, as we see R right here. So it's just the opposite of that. F and then T. Now comes a bit of a harder one. The negation of R and the disjunction of P. Okay. and combine it into a single statement. Alrighty. Alright. Okay. So what do we know about the negation of R? We see it right here, and P is right here. We do not have to write out P and the negation of R. We just need to write out the statements, the compound statement, and its true or false nature. Okay, so P, as we know, is true in this, and it's false in this. Disjunction, that means it's true. I see a true, and I see a true, it's true. I see a false, and I see a true, it is true. I see a true, and a true, it's true. I see a false and a false, it's false. I see a true and a false, it's true. I see a false and a false, it's false. I see a true and a false, it's true. So that's that. Now, you may be tempted when seeing this to do like you do in math, where you do like -4 times 3 plus 4, and then -12 minus 16. And you could do that, like, okay, it does work. But there's a much easier way of solving this. Okay, so we know the statements of negation of R and the disjunction of P. We know its truth value. So, for example, if its truth value is true, then the statements of this becomes this. And what is that? That's false. So that just means that this compound statement is just the exact opposite of this compound statement. Which is much easier to do. So that's false, 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 true, false, true, false. And that's how we solve that. Alright, now for the big one. How do we solve this? Okay, so as we know, this entire thing is just one truth value, which we solved there. So now what we have to do is we have to figure out, is this truth value, is it true or false in a compound statement with the conjunction of Q? And how does that affect the conjunction's true or false nature? For example, say this entire statement, as in the first column, it's false. So now the question becomes false, and then the conjunction of Q. And as we see here, in the first column, Q is true. So that turns into F, T, and then F. So in a conjunction with a false and a true answer, we know it's false. Okay. So that solves that. Okay, let's go on. And then we see right here, it's false, so that's false. I see a false here, it's false. I see a false here, it's false. I see a true here. Okay, let's look at the Q. The Q is false. Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the right. Okay, I see a true here. I see a true here. So that means it's true. Okay, I see a false here. Alright, so that means it's automatically false. Okay, I see true here. Let's look at the cue. It's false. So that's false. Okay, I see a false here. That means that it's false, unfortunately. So there's only one true answer. The rest are falses. And that is how you solve with the alternate methods. And I hope that made sense. If it didn't, please tell me. I will try to explain it better.